Guys, this is the first time I'm trying this. I figured I'll just do a very quick video on how to dry fry tofu. Of all the varieties and variations of tofu that I've done, I find when I dry fry them, they actually taste better than putting it in whatever meal I'm trying to make. I'm going to show you guys a very quick video of how to dry fry. And this is probably going to be the last time you hear me through here and actually see me, and the rest of the video I might do like a voiceover thing. I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to go about making my videos. So I figured that a quick first video would be dry frying tofu. Okay, first thing is what you will need. We need a cutting board, we need a good knife, we need the tofu, and we need a pan. This is my favorite non-stick pan. You always need to use oil when you're using your pans, but I find with these ones, I barely need any oil. It just does not stick. It's almost like a cast iron, but a non-stick cast iron pan. I love it. So I only have water in here because I want to see when the pan is hot enough to put my tofu in. Once all that water is evaporated, I'll know it's ready to go. Back to the tofu. I've used half of it to make cream cheese, and the other half I'm gonna use a small quantity to make some dry fried tofu for myself, so I can have it with stir fry and a salad and whatever I really feel like having. This one is an organic firm tofu. Yay for organic, it was on sale, so why not? I've used extra firm tofu. I find firm is actually nicer, better, the texture is better, the taste is better. You can try between the two and then you'll notice the slight texture and taste difference. I rinsed out. They always come in the water. As you can see, it's dripping out right now. A lot of people tell you to press tofu to get all the excess water out. I've stopped doing that. What I like to do is simply squeeze out the excess. So I'll squeeze a bit, and as you can see, some water dripping out. Not squeeze it so that you destroy the tofu because it is soft. There you go. I've got myself a paper towel. So I'm doing this by one hand because I'm holding the camera with the other. Now I want to get my little strips. I don't want a lot. As you can see, it's not a very thick strip that I'm gonna cut. So let's see if I can do this one hand. That's one. That's two. There you go. That's about half. I don't even know if I was fully on the tofu or not while I was cutting. So now I've got my strips in half. As you can see, there's still some water on it, which is fine. These 4 pieces will give me, according to this package, 1/5 of the package is 60 calories, which is nothing. A good amount of potassium, a lot of calcium, a small amount of iron, and 6 grams of protein, which is pretty decent for just 85 grams, which is approximately these 4 pieces. So now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cut these into even thinner strips. Let's see if I can concentrate on the video and this at the same time. Yeah, I'll cut them in half. Why not? And this one as well. There we go. Now this is the napkin I used to dry my hand from the tofu. I can press it just a bit more to get more excess water out. See, as you can see, I'm not doing a full-on press. It's just little presses here and there. At this stage, you probably will not enjoy the smell because tofu doesn't really have a taste or flavor, but it does have a smell. Turn this on max. We'll wait until this water evaporates, and then we'll start dry frying our tofu. This seems warm enough. I'll turn down the heat just a little. So I went from max to like 7 or 6, anywhere between these two. You might want to adjust it as you go based on your stove. So this is basically ready to go. I'm going to grab my pieces and I'm simply going to place it in just like that. I hope I can fit all of these pieces in here. I didn't think about that. The last piece here. Yay! I'm going to move these aside just a little so that I have space for everything. should have placed them in properly from the beginning. There we go. Because once it's in, you gotta let it go until it doesn't stick anymore. It will unstick on its own. So you let that sit for a minute or so. Keep an eye on it because it will burn. Alright, so let's check on these. It's been a couple of minutes. As you can see, they are nice and toasty. Let's flip these around, shall we? Come on. These are dry fried, so there's no oil involved whatsoever. It's healthier than adding any kind of extra fat to your diet, especially if you're on a watch of some sort because of excess fat in your system. I keep forgetting at this stage I can actually poke them with a fork if I really wanted to. Now we're going to let the other side fry a bit. As you saw, they didn't stick at all. If you have a good non-stick pan, if you don't, you would have to add some oil to this, but then it's no longer dry frying. At that point, I would suggest you marinate them a little in some oils and flavors of your liking before you actually fry them up like this. So we'll let the other side go for a bit, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to dress this up for my lunch. While my tofu was being prepared, I cut up some cabbage. I love cabbage in stir fry. They're really healthy, they're high in protein, awesome thing to add into stir fries. And I cut up some green peppers and some red onions. I also got some green onions that I will chop up and add in there. I brought out my little mixture of soy sauce. I got some smoked paprika. I might switch this out for regular paprika. I'm not sure I want a smoky flavor. And some chili powder. And then because I'm doing this with a phone in my hand, I already ground up some salt and pepper in here to add to my tofu once I'm ready. So these are my dried tofu, and now I'm about to start my stir fry. I really eyeball the stuff, so don't mind me. Just add a touch of oil, not too much. That might be maybe a tablespoon. It might be a tablespoon if you guys want real like numbers. So let that heat up. I always use my hand. Ran out of space, so I had to start this at this point. I already added my cabbage in. It's frying quite nicely. Now to add some soy sauce. Some paprika. I like paprika, so I'm generous with that. A touch of chili because it gets very spicy. The salt and pepper. I like to add a touch of garlic. I buy it in bulk, so that's why it's in the no-name package. Mix that all up. Just to give it a little extra oomph, I like to add some maple syrup right onto this like that. It gives it a nice sweeter flavor. It's super delicious. Mix that all up. That looks pretty decent. I'll add my tofu right in there. Mix that up. I'll let the tofu pick up a bit of that flavor. I will turn down the temperature and prepare my plate. So this is the final result. I added some sesame seeds. I added more spring onions or green onions, depending on what you look at it. You can add a bunch of vegetable to this. It's your choice, really. Okay, so now you guys know how to do a dry fry tofu. You can cut your pieces smaller, you can cut them larger, it's all up to you. It all depends on how much of the tofu flavor you really want, like the real tofu flavor. In retrospect, while I was eating it, I realized my pieces were a little large and I really should have cut them down to little squares instead of rectangulars. It would have been easier to eat, but other than that, it was delicious. You guys, I'm sure noticed I didn't have any rice in it. Definitely can add some rice. I didn't have any handy and I didn't really feel like making any rice, so I ate mine without any grains involved this time around, which is fine. It's all up to you guys. Depends if you're on a lose weight diet or not. Depends on you, how you want to dress it up. The fun part about tofu, it's versatile. You can do anything you want with it. Like I made cheese this morning, cream cheese, and then I made myself some tofu stir fry. Definitely give it a go. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. If you do, give it a try. Share with anyone who's been curious about tofu and what they can do with tofu or how they can cook tofu. I know it wasn't very obvious at first when I started, and to pick up the tricks on how to do it took a little bit of time. So don't be upset or disappointed if the first time around you do it and it doesn't turn out. It is an acquired taste as well, so give it a go. Try it every once in a while. Try it on Meatless Mondays. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to see about making more videos like this, and let me know what you guys think. If you like it, if you don't, if my voice is annoying, if it's not, if my videos are informative, if it's not. Hopefully I'll be filming with better equipment at some point, so that my videos don't cut and you don't miss the whole point where I added stuff to the pan while preparing my stir fry. Anyways, hope you enjoy, share, and give a thumbs up if you like it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.